that what's going on is from the surrender. So there's a lot of belief, there's a lot of faith, there's a lot of inner knowing, a lot of connection. It's a lot of work. So yes, letting go and surrendering, it's a very delicate dance that you have within your life and whatever, higher powers that you believe in.
Hey mama, welcome to Naturally Empowered Living, your safe space to guiding you on your unapologetic self-awakening journey to learning your energy of alignment and feeling good again. This is your weekly sanctuary to wake up from autopilot and transform the way you approach motherhood and life through the power of meditation, energetics, and root cause therapy. It's my mission to help you embody the foundations of self-love, trust, and inner connection to be unapologetic in the evolution of who you are. Here, we honor all parts of ourselves, the messy and the magic, the shadows and the light. If you are ready to get to the roots of cultivating real change, warm up that cold coffee, pop in your earbuds, and tighten that top knot, mama. Let's discover our power within together.
Hello, beautiful mamas. Welcome back to another episode of the Naturally Empowered Living podcast. We are back with another submission episode, and this, I'm so excited for this because it goes along so well with what we've been talking about the past few weeks. Let's dive in. Here's the submission. She says, the past few months have been hard. Heck, probably longer. My family and I are going through a lot of changes, and I'm struggling with not having the answers to everything. My question is, how do I let go of control of the big things, like changing a career, for example, if we don't know what that career is yet? I'm not necessarily asking about the career, rather, how do I release the control and surrender to what is meant to happen when my mind is constantly spinning with decisions and choices and I don't know what the right thing to do is? I feel the act of surrender is being lazy because it's not like I can just stop showing up and living life. That wasn't there, but I'm assuming showing up as in living life and living your day to day. Totally understand. And this hits my heart so much because the art of surrender is so delicate and truthfully a journey that I have been on since becoming a mom. That's when the message of surrender came to me. I'm like, surrender to what? In a way it was kind of like that opening. I feel like my word for 2020 or 2021 was surrender, because it just was so loud in my life in those moments and in those seasons. So surrender, the art of surrender, it's so delicate because here we are living our lives in the human flesh, the day-to-day grind, having to make decisions and have the time commitments and the schedule and the priorities. And surrender is a very much non-physical thing. It's a non-dimensional thing. Does that even fit in the right context? I don't know the word. So I hope that you follow me, but surrender, it's not tangible. You can't just do it and know an outcome or see a physical result, even if, of course, you're always going to get a result because that is your life and that's the day to day. But you still have to have the belief that what's going on is from the surrender. So there's a lot of belief, there's a lot of faith, there's a lot of inner knowing, a lot of connection. It's a lot of work. So yes, letting go and surrendering, it's a very delicate dance that you have within your life and whatever, higher powers that you believe in. To me, it is a part, surrender. So to me, surrender is a part of your co-creation process. I know that I've mentioned on this show before, but Dr. Phil, he was the first person that I heard this saying from, so I'm always going to give him credit, this metaphor. He says, yes, you can be a man or woman of God or of faith, but you can still be actively rowing to shore. It's powerful because rowing to shore in the sense of proactively living your life, proactively still showing up, not giving it all to God. Now, I might get some flack, saying that, because the art of true surrender is giving it to God. Okay, I get it. But, or give it to God, whatever higher powers you believe in. This is a very universal, insert God with whatever, higher powers you believe in. I'm just using God for this example. But you have to see it for what it is. If you're giving it all to God, amazing. I love your faith. That is inspirational. But you're still living your life. You're not sitting on your couch every day expecting to win $1 million or to make $1 million. If you're, watching Netflix on your couch, right? You still are living your life. the people who say that wholeheartedly, they're still living their lives and are having to make decisions and go through their day to day. Their connection to their faith might be strong, of course, because they're surrendering to God. But God, or whatever you believe in, ultimately does not make the decision for you. They might speak to you or answer a prayer, or your intuition might hit. But you are the physical one in this lifetime to do the things, or to take the actions, or to make the decisions. And to take it a step further, I believe we all have a destined plan. What is meant to be will always find you, eventually. Trust me, I've made many wrong turns. And if you believe that, awesome. Like, if you believe we all have a destined plan, and if not, I'm not trying to sway your beliefs. So I do want to preface, like, this is how I view it. And I believe that we do all have a destined plan. And it takes us to wake up enough to connect with it, to follow the nudges. So something that I've actually asked myself before, when I was feeling in this limbo that I believe that you're referring to, I remember asking myself, am I unaligned with my soul's path? Or am I trying to control too much? Or am I forcing my will even if it's unaligned to my soul's path? And it's funny, I will never forget this. I was actually journaling about this. I was writing this in my journal that actually had Bible verses at the bottom of every page. And I swear to never read the Bible verse before I get to the bottom of the page. It's just something that I do with myself, because I always want to see if the Bible verse like syncs with, what I am writing about. And I just gave you the spoiler, darn it. So as I was journaling that question and got to the bottom of that page, the quote, I kid you not, was, God has made everything beautiful in its time. Like, fucking right. Whatever you believe in, God, universe, source, prana, higher self, like, insert that here. I took that verse on that page as an immediate answer to my question. I was trying to control too much and I wasn't surrendering and letting go enough. Like, does that make sense? And that's my interpretation. Your interpretation of that verse can be completely different, but in those moments, that's what I needed. And that was the answer that I took as my sign to move forward. So with that, I hope, as always, that I understand what you're asking, more so of a broad, general way to be living right now with so many unknowns. And this goes for everyone. I mean, if you don't relate to the submission, but if you are in a different heart, like if you're just in a hard time, or if you ever do come into a crossroads or a limbo within your life, I feel like this could be very beneficial. How to release the control, but be open to what it is that is meant to be. So I have 5 tips for you to really harness and bring in close as you're navigating this limbo. And I don't want to be putting words in this person's mouth. I am saying limbo. It wasn't in the submission entry, but I believe this is the jive. This is the way that I'm going down. How to release the control, but still be open to what it is that's meant to be. Here are 5 tips to really harness and bring in close, navigating life as you're going through that time. Number 1 is be present and live your life today. As hard as it is, the past is the past. The past harnesses depression. The future is the future. The future harnesses anxiety. Live in the present today. Even if you're not perfect, reel it back in when you notice yourself worrying about the future. Reel it back in when you're focusing on, a decision that you made that you don't think was the right one. Reel it back into this moment today. What can you be doing now to live in your present life now? Really connect. Let it be like through your senses, or just playing with your kids, or focusing on what is for dinner tonight. So it's not a last minute rush like the rest of your life is going. Make it an intentional effort to live in the present of your life today. Number 2 is be grateful for what you have, even if you aspire more. Now I'm going to bring in some woo-woo energetics here. When you harness an energy vibration level of gratitude, like, you are already so you're open to receiving, because you're already in that magnitude of gratitude. So if you are grateful for what you have, it's still okay. It's not selfish. You could still aspire for more. We're not talking about not having goals. You could still be grateful. And when you are grateful, that's when doors open. It helps with being in alignment. Gratitude and love and presence, living, helps with living in your energy of alignment. So if that means practicing, a gratitude list, if you have to be intentional, and if it's not easy for you to think of, your gratitude, make a list, make a tangible list every day. Or, just sit in silence and go over what you're grateful for and just get into that routine of harnessing and embodying being grateful for what you are, where you are for your life today. Number 3 is choose and do habits that aid in your growth and evolution, and minimize those that aid in stress, disconnection, and or overstimulation. You could keep inserting anxiety, okay, you get what I'm saying. So examples that aid in growth and evolution might be exercise, your water intake and nutrition, your connection time through prayer or meditation or breath work, looking for, those signs or the synchronicities, like the little magics of life. Living in the present. I know that was one of the tips, but that's a habit. It's a habit that you have to harness. Like living in the present, you could think to yourself, why would I want to be escaping my current reality? And if you do, because I understand that's a very honest and vulnerable thing that people may be experiencing. They want to escape reality. Like, why do people do drugs? Why do people drink alcohol? Like, you are actively, okay, to an extent. I don't want to go down a rabbit hole here, but I understand the severity of that also. People do actively want to escape reality. But you also have the power to, if you want to be, evolving and growing and making changes within your life, it comes back to the gratitude in the present moment to be able to make those changes to make your future present moments how you aspire them to be. Does that make sense? I hope so. And then some examples that aid in stress or anxiety and overstimulation might be too much alcohol consumption, too much caffeine consumption, gossip, judgments, comparison, towards yourself or others, your phone usage. Like if you take time to sit down and really sit with your current lifestyle and to be honest with yourself with zero judgments, and you write down the things that you probably, maybe should start doing a little more of or maybe a little less of, you know inside what you should and shouldn't be doing. We do. But it's the ease of this, the instant gratification of this, the hard of this, the whatever, right? But it starts with that honest conversation with yourself. Number 4 is be active in your faith and seek out the magic of the world. This could be, looking for signs or seeing angel numbers and just getting that, the butterflies in your stomach or the synchronicities. It could be just seeing the positive in every situation. And I'm not talking about the toxic positivity. I'm just, really having that perspective of, okay, what is the lesson here? Or maybe it's, affirmations with yourself. And with that, piggybacking off of, affirmations could be simply being kind to yourself. That's magic. To be kind to others and including yourself. Advocate for yourself. Have positive self-talk. And if you aren't, used to positive self-talk, I could probably say we all have negative thoughts. We have limiting beliefs. We all have negativity in our brains. It's inevitable. But we could rewire our neural pathways from negative self-talk to positive self-talk if it's consistent, if we're intentional about it. And this is something I'm diving into in the very near future because neuroplasticity is my favorite word, it's so fascinating. And number 5 is to meditate or connect with yourself daily. Even if it's for 5 minutes, give yourself that connection time, that space to be with you. And with that, I just finished recording a guest episode. And when we were done recording, I turned off the recording. We were just chatting a little bit afterwards. And she asked me, about my one-on-one sessions and the meditations that I do, with people, because in her line of work, she suggests meditation a lot. Like, she refers people out though, because she's not, certified in meditation. So she'll send her clients meditation, but she suggests it a lot for her clients. And she asked me kind of how my sessions, my personal one-on-one sessions worked. And it dawned on me, it's probably, I don't know if it's confusing. So I just wanted to explain it a little bit here, because I have no idea. I'm actually currently working on updating my website with my wonderful virtual assistant and online business manager. She was on an episode a few weeks ago, Andrea Morrison. But we're working on redoing my website to really get in sync with what I'm actually doing, because it needed a lot of work. It was a lot of my old workings, with time management. It was habits, mindset, health, time management habits. And I've really harnessed, that inner transformation and thinking differently to be unapologetically yourself and walk in your energy of alignment every day. So she's been amazing in helping me, because it's a lot of flipping work. And my wording might not be completely updated yet on my website. So I have to go back and check if this resonates exactly what a session is, because I call them a meditative energy healing session, right? But in my opinion, it's so much more than just a meditation. It's so much more than just an energy healing session, because as that's wonderful, the sessions are customized to you. You fill out a short intake form, we talk. I want to get to know you. I actually want to know what is going on within your life. And I do bring in instinctive meditation to help you along your journey. I don't encourage you to silence your mind with meditating. I was going to say meditation. I don't encourage you to silence your mind. I want things to come up. I want you to process through things. So we work through instinctive meditation. We maybe I always have simultaneous energy healing within this. Maybe we talk about it during our session. Maybe I'll bring up chakra work or whatever. It's a very intuitively led session. So maybe I won't be bringing up energetics. However, know that Reiki is always infused to help you release stagnant or stuck energy, to be able to kind of work out some gunk and to really, become back in alignment with yourself. So I just wanted to share that with you, because I know sometimes you're I don't know what this is. What does this mean? And I told the person I was talking to that it doesn't just have to be, or it doesn't have to be both. It doesn't have to be meditation and energy healing. I know some people don't feel comfortable with one or the other, and that's fine. We could do one or the other. So it's very customized to you. So yeah. But I know this was kind of a short and sweet episode. I mean, we're still going to be hitting 20 minutes here, but it was short and sweet, not because this isn't an in-depth topic. However, it is very much the latter. It's so in-depth and so personal to exactly what you are going through. So if you are the person who submitted this, or if you deeply resonate with this or loved the tips, I do encourage you to book a one-on-one session with me. I would love to talk to you about exactly what you're going through. And it's an intuitive connection between you and I to help you harness what it is that you need in these moments within your life for your own inner awakenings. So you could check the link in the show notes if you want to book a one-on-one session with me, or if you want to submit what is going on in your life and want me to share it in an episode format on this show. I will link both of those links in the show notes for you to grab. And I just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart to the person that submitted this very vulnerable struggle that they're going through. I really, really hope that these tips have helped you. And for all my mamas, I'm sending you so much love. I have been saying countless prayers for the collective in this world. If you're in the States with the hurricanes, there is so much going on in the world right now. And I can go down another rabbit hole, but I'm not going to. I'm just saying a prayer for the collective to spread love, spread light, spread kindness, spread joy. I mean, you need to be yourself, fully yourself, to be able to share your gifts and share what you are meant to share in your soul's work in this physical life, in this world today, right now, to be able to raise the collective's vibration. We need love and so much light. Until next week, as always, simply be you. You have everything inside of you to learn your energy of alignment and be unapologetic in who you are. I'm sending my love and so much light.
Did you find this episode relatable or empowering? Peace, we Mama Vavio.
Thank you for spending this sacred time with me on Naturally Empowered Living. I pray this episode has brought you a step closer to tuning into your energy of alignment. And if it has, please consider leaving a written review sharing how this show has impacted you. Your feedback truly lights me up and helps other moms find their way to this community. And if it feels right, please share this episode with another mom who might be struggling to remind her that she's never alone. Be sure to check the show notes for more ways to connect and explore how we could work together to reclaim your power and deepen your relationship within. Thank you. I appreciate all you are and all you do.